Okay, recording, and welcome back to our Patreon videos. I'm Miguel Cantu. We got Renee Rodriguez,
Howdy.
Patrick Newcomb, Eddie Hill at the end. And we're talking about Reefers Creepers, our movie that we're trying to get put together and give you an update on what we got so far. Today we're talking about our checklist. This was given to us by Mr. Jesus Cifuentes, who is now part of the team. We have him on contract, so hopefully he can help us get some of the funds that we need, and he's going to go after product placement and investors. So thanks for joining up with us, Jesus. We're going to try to get him on next week, right?
Next week, Jesus, you're on here, so
Yep.
No getting out of it. I don't care who shows up.
And that guy's got so much information. We're probably going to have a 2-hour-long video.
Oh, we're gonna. I guarantee you, it's gonna be probably an hour at least of him
Oh,
talking.
yeah, at least.
He can talk, and let me tell you, he's got a lot of information, and a lot of good information. So you are not gonna want to miss this at all.
It's definitely a lot of great stuff that you can apply towards your own films. And he's going to drop these little nuggets on you. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on our Patreon, even donate some money if you want to. So, excuse me, I had to burp. If you notice too, we also have something right here. It's a little gas mask thing that I guess Patrick can throw on. So we mentioned before that we're going to try to do some giveaways. And this is one of the items which, if you looked at our poster art, you see a guy with his head and a gas mask, and it's part of the things that happens in the movie where some of these minions, they get this gas mask put on them and smoke this devil's lettuce weed and turn into demons, right, or possessed people. And so we figured, oh, well, let's give away some of these masks.
And if you notice right here, we have a nice little bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And so that supposedly that works according to
it's a novelty item, but it is functional.
It's for tobacco use only.
Yeah, it's a water pipe.
Yeah, tobacco use, so it cleans your tobacco.
Yeah, and it's fully functional. I mean, it's a legitimate gas mask with a little straw inside, so you can drink liquids if you need to without taking it off if you want to keep it on all day. But I don't see why you would want to. But yeah, so we have one we're gonna do some photos with. One to give away. Probably going to have another bigger giveaway later on. Not sure exactly what we're going to give away yet, but we're thinking maybe a gaming console.
Or Patrick's virginity.
Patrick, he wants to squeal like a pig, and
just because we just finished watching Deliverance.
Yeah.
So
Patrick
Eddie was
volunteered.
getting real excited.
Well, I had you squealing.
Drop them riches.
Hey, and I'm not really this short. I'm just in a little bitty chair over here next to him. So if you see me and I'm kind of like leaned over like this, okay, it's nothing to it. It's just.
Uh-huh.
And he's also got his spectacles here, so he can dress up like his favorite ghost hunter.
So, like I was telling you about the hauntings that we had.
Is that how he talks?
Well,
I thought he was more like, bro, oh, you gotta check this out, bro.
Well, I'm
see
talking
where these
like
hauntings are
Mr.
at.
Peabody.
Chop, chop. Do you hear that, Chop? Did you hear that?
And now I'm part of the butterfly game. Oh, God. Okay, yes, so let's turn these back the other way.
Okay, so we're having a giveaway. We'll announce that later on our social media outlets. So follow us on Facebook. Go to our Instagram and follow us there. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and go to our website. You'll find most of the information there. Get any updates on videos that we're releasing. We're going to have more promo videos coming out shortly. Still have some editing to do on those, but we got a couple more coming out. So let's talk about our checklist. So this was given to us from Jesus, like I said. And what we're planning on doing is we don't want to stay stagnant. We don't want to just sit around waiting for somebody to give us money. We're just going to try to keep ourselves busy. And to do that, we do still have to approach investors. So one of the parts of the checklist is saying we need to email our pitch deck to executive producers of other successful independent films. So if you go look at any movie credits, you can go to IMDb, you can see what other movies are in the genre or whatever it is that you're producing yourselves. See who was the executive producer, because that's the one that funded the film. And send some emails out to them. A lot of times you can find their contact information if you have an IMDb Pro account, and that's what we intend to do. So sending cold emails to investor prospects, that's all you're going to do is just look up their contact information, send it out, and say, take a look at our project. Maybe you're interested in helping us out. If we can, we'll set up some in-person meetings with these prospects once they respond to us. And, once you have that face-to-face connection, that's when people decide, oh, yeah, this is somebody. It's not just a good idea or a good project. I really want to invest in these people because they rub you the right way. So hopefully we can set up a couple in-person meetings. We will have to raise some soft funds for that. So any contributions that y'all can make for us will help us pull that together. So maybe we can have them come down to us, or we travel to them. So either way, it's going to cost some money. So we do need some funding for that. But that's going to come either out of pocket or through donations. We need to email a minimum of 10 to 20 prospects per week. So giving yourselves a little bit of a goal sets you up for success. So if you're just saying, I'm going to email some prospects this week, and some might be 2, and you're not going to get anywhere with that. So we're going to try to aim high with 10 to 20 prospects a week, and just cold emailing them and see what kind of responses we get. We plan on attending the South by Southwest Pitch Festival. So if y'all have never heard of South by Southwest, it's a huge music, interactive, and film festival up in Austin. Goes on for a week, 10 days? Something like that.
I think it's 10 days.
Yeah, it's up in Austin. The whole city just gets overrun with people coming in and just, celebrating, fun, music, film. There's several points that the festival hits on. So like I said, music, interactive being technology driven. So any apps, any cellular devices, games, virtual reality, all that kind of stuff. That all gets tied in. And then you have the film festival circuit. So the badges for that run like $1,100. If you want like an all-inclusive badge where you can attend every single event, it's like $1,500. We hopefully can attend some of that. Last couple of years, I've just been sneaking into events, and
you got pitched out, didn't you? You got caught and got.
No, that was at Nappy.
Oh, that was at Nappy.
That was out in Miami, but at South by Southwest, everybody out there, pretty friendly. They don't really care. Like, you can just go wander in, and as long as you're, make yourself presentable to somebody, then everybody's kind of cool out there. But we kind of want to make it official, so if we can get a badge, we'll make it look like we're actually putting money into our project. So I think that's going to help us get in front of the eyes of some of the people and decision makers and people that have the deeper pockets that can help us out and get this movie out there. Next on our checklist is hitting up distribution companies. So emailing distribution companies with a letter of intent, pre-sales, and a minimum guarantee. Minimum guarantee is when you have a movie done and packaged and sold and everything, every territory that you sell to, they'll guarantee you a minimum number or a minimum amount of dollars to sell in that territory. So say North America, they guarantee like $100,000 or something for this film. And then we go hit Europe and they give you 50,000 or so. So each of these territories, it'll add up with that minimum guarantee, and we can keep adding to that amount once more sales pick up.
Now, I was talking to Jesus, and he's leaning more and more toward self-distribution, unless we have somebody like, say, Lionsgate or somebody who comes up and offers us, a big chunk of money up front.
Yeah.
And he feels that self-distribution would probably work better in the long run as far as the amount of funds that we could actually gain from this.
Yeah, that self-distribution is always going to be your best bet in seeing a return. A lot of times people that make films, they just get the amounts for making the film. And then after that, if it goes to another smaller distribution company, then you'll never see a dime after that. If you self-distribute, which is, ever since the age of the internet, it's been easier to do, you can retain a lot of ownership over your film and be able to make sales yourself and get your product out there. So it's kind of cutting out the middleman, so you're seeing all the profits yourself. But like I said, if we sell to a bigger studio, then we can just flat out sell it for a couple $1 million and just be like, okay, y'all own it now. That's fine. Let's worry about the next film.
Yep.
And then you move on. And,
Hey, move on. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Continue.
Keep going.
We also need to email sales agents, email producer reps, submit to film catalog, and submit to Sinando. Those being like some other film databases. Usually gets submitted to like Cannes Film Festival, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to submit to all that, see what kind of distribution deals we can line up. Product placement. We're going to contact local businesses that fit our demographic for the product placements. So say we have a scene where somebody's drinking energy drink. You know, we want to first hit up locals. I know here being like Nerd Energy is one that started here in San Antonio. But then we could probably reach out to Monster, Red Bull, all the bigger names, and try to get somebody else involved. But, you know, I think we'll have more luck getting the local sales, just because it's fun for people to just say, oh, yeah, I invested in a movie, or I put my product in a movie that was made here in San Antonio. I don't know why I got so much gas today. I keep burping. Thank you. Yeah.
You got to put them over your shoulder. Man.
We're going to reach out to California, Colorado, Oregon, and Washington companies. All those states being, entities that have legalized marijuana. So if we can hit up those locations, that's going to give us, the specific demographic that we're looking for. So whatever products that these people will sell, that's already an inherent market that we don't really have to push too hard on. So it's going to be easier to sell. Create tie-in promo videos with their product, services, or business. So all the promo videos that we let out, if we can like put an image or something with the product placement, it's more incentivized for them to give us money for it. So what else do we got? Hopefully this thing doesn't run out. Last time it stopped on us a couple times. Yeah,
I just maneuvered over so I could keep it.
I just heard the other computer beep, so I was like, oh, did it stop? Our social media marketing, we're going to focus on our first round anyway. We're going to try to do a program of Instagram shout outs, budget being around $500 to $5,000. With Instagram shout outs, you usually look for an influencer, somebody that already has a huge following, that has a specific audience that's already kind of what you're looking for. So you have them shout out your social media channel, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, or whatever, and you do the same in return, or pay them a small amount of money. So doing that a couple times will instantly gain you followers, as opposed to paying advertisement costs through Instagram or Facebook, just because those are usually dead ends. You don't really gain a lot of like real followers. So if you're telling somebody, if somebody has a bunch of fans on their social media platform, then they can transfer those fans to convert over to your page. So it's a good way of increasing your audience with just a small amount of money. Facebook advertising, we have a budget, soft budget of $1,500 to $5,000. I really want to try to stay away from Facebook advertising, because I kind of heard that you can go through your ad manager and make it a little bit more specific, so you're not shelling out a lot of money to have things promoted. It's a little bit more targeted towards your demographic if you just go in and change a couple settings. So I'm not worrying too much about that. Maybe we can spend a couple $100 maybe, but web banners, $500 to $2,500. So that being on IMDb, weed-related blogs, horror blogs. So actually paying for space on somebody's website, so that it can be seen on like the front page. So if somebody goes to IMDb, Internet Movie Database, and they log in, and you see the little banners promoting a movie that's coming up, if we get ours on there, people are going to say, oh, what is this movie? I got to check it out. You can do the same thing. So any website you can go to, they're going to sell little banner spaces, and you can contact their webmaster and say, how much is it to advertise on your website, and they'll give you prices. So promoting on IMDb, so hopefully with our page that we already have on there, if we just get people clicking on it, that boosts our visibility on IMDb. So it goes by like a rating system. So you can increase your rating just by people clicking on your page, visiting if you're a director, if you're an actor, whatever, all that stuff. People just viewing it boosts your visibility and boosts your popularity on there.
Now, we are going to be filming a trailer before too long, I take it as well, right? I think Jesus mentioned something about that.
Probably a promo video.
Something like that, yeah.
So like a teaser video is always good to put out. You can also do, like, if you do short films, you can do something that's called a proof of concept. So make a small clip of your video, of your movie, and that way you have something to show investors. You have something to show an audience to kind of like entice them to want to watch more. So that's something we're probably going to try to do later on. What else? Promote on IMDb, advertise on industry websites and magazines that the film industry professionals read. So like Variety magazine, it's a huge one with the film industry. If you pay for space on there or have somebody do a write-up on you and say this is a new filmmaker coming along and they're working on this project, then that's almost free advertising, but you can always pay for space on those magazines.
Now, if you pay for space on those, it's going to be high dollar. That's not going to be a cheap one.
Exactly. But it's specific for your needs, so it's getting in front of the eyes of the people that you need it to. So it's not wasted money. Contests, prizes, promo giveaways. So this being one of it, I think we also mentioned the poster last time. So signed by all of us. I don't know if that's going to be worth anything. Maybe in the future.
This could be worth money.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think so. But I mean, even if it's not worth anything, it'd be cool to have. It's a cool poster. And then promo giveaways. So just for us to increase our audience, we want to give away something cool. Like I said, we're looking at maybe getting a gaming console of some sort, maybe some, I don't know, infrared camera equipment, something like that. If you want to go chase ghosts yourself or get into the paranormal experiences, then you can have some equipment. So, merchandise. Now, on our website, we haven't set it up yet, but we do want to have a page where we're selling T-shirts, posters. It says mock DVD. I don't know why we'd have a mock DVD. Comic book pamphlets. We do want to go another route with the not just having the film, but creating a small comic book series to be another source of revenue. Bongs, lighters, papers, all that kind of stuff. So
even
maybe
possibly,
these kind
if
of
you're
things.
listening to this and you've got your own weed farm in one of the areas that allow you to sell and distribute like that, maybe you'd like to create your own Reefers Creepers type devil's lettuce, for instance, which could be something that we could put out there as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right now we have the strain of weed that's in the movie is called devil's lettuce. I know there is already a strain called devil's lettuce, so we might have to look at something else. But if somebody has like a specific, I don't know, demon's hash or something, I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
Something cool sounding.
How about we do that? How about we have people submit ideas to us?
They could. I mean, I don't know how many people will, but...
Yeah, but how about it? You all willing to submit some ideas to us on some names for this devilish or demonic type marijuana for us? Send in your ideas and your thoughts. Send it to info@reeferscreepers.com and let us know that this is your submission for the name of the weed that's going to be on here. That's going to be possessed, basically. And we'll go from there and see what we can come up with. The winner, we might give you something pretty cool.
Yeah, and don't think that, this isn't going to be a movie that's kind of like demonizing weed. It's kind of a funny way of saying it, but we're not putting out like negative propaganda saying that, oh yeah, if you smoke weed you're going to be like possessed. No, it's just this specific strain of weed, because that's where the story goes to.
Yeah, the storyline is revolved around a person who is using, satanic rituals to help cause this weed to create these demonic people who become possessed. And that's just part of the storyline. And it is a horror comedy. So, we took it to different areas like that. But in no way, shape, or form are we saying that, you know, this is bad stuff or this is going to happen or anything like that. It's not put out there in a bad way.
It's funny.
It's funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's funny.
Okay, so development funds or soft money. So soft money is anything that you raise on your own without having an investor come in that you don't have to pay back. So we're looking at a $5,000 to $10,000 budget. Hopefully we can raise that much. And you know, we're not too proud to do anything. So we're talking about maybe doing barbecue sales. We can raise money that way. You can definitely do that yourself. Selling merchandise. So if we invest a little bit in getting some posters, caps, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, whatever, you know, things people might want to wear, that kind of doubles in its effectiveness, because if somebody is wearing it, they're promoting your brand or promoting your film. Other people will see that, plus you're making money on the sale. So whenever they buy that, you know, you're making a little bit of cash. Creating an event that brings stoners and horror fans together. That'll be interesting.
Especially for Texas.
Yeah, so it's going to be hard, but I mean, it's doable now that they legalized medical marijuana now that's growing here in Texas.
Yeah, they actually have farms here in Texas now. That's
Just
legal
started.
to grow for the dispensaries.
So I think it's going to be a while, but it's a start. Patreon, we said 6.66 cents a day, which is $2 a month. We're going to have another level posted, which is $6.66 a month. I did get a little bit of feedback from people saying I'm not down with that 666 stuff.
Yeah,
I'm like, well, it's not intended to be like.
And it goes along with our story.
It goes along with our story.
Yeah.
So some people are saying,
whatever
well,
you
why not
can.
just make it $4.20 a month? I'm like, oh, well, we can do that too. Like, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
well, I mean, whatever you can donate.
Anything you
know,
can give will work. But
it's-
the 6.66 cents that is strictly just going with the storyline of the movie for, you know, the demonic possessions that take place. That's all that has to do with. So it's nothing bad. We're not saying, you know, to send it in and we'll, you know, possess you or whatever.
Patrick's gonna get naked and sacrifice a goat.
Or
Smear
you might
blood
just get
on
naked and
himself.
sacrifice Patrick.
Every donation
Every
needs to be taken
donation, we're
with
going to stab him.
Be careful how you say that.
Yeah, well, yeah. Hey, whoa,
This is a
easy
family
now.
program.
It's far from it.
Yeah, well,
You wanted to add a deliverance scene into it. Micro crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo. So setting up small campaigns, you can always like say, hey, we need a little bit of money to do this part of our development, or we need a little bit of money to do our editing. We need a little bit of money to do our finishing funds, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to do some small micro crowdfunding campaigns to try and see. It'll help us gauge on what our interaction is between us and the people that are anticipating to see this kind of movie. So if people want to help contribute to that, it'll let us know that it's really something viable. You know, development funds, budget, expenses. So the first round, the expenses will go towards social media advertising, possibly a comic book pamphlet, attending markets and film festivals. Right, earlier we talked about the South by Southwest. There's other markets like the American Film Market, AFM. There's what is it, Sundance Film Festival. There's all kinds of film festivals. If you go to like withoutabox.com, you can sign up for all kinds of film festivals. I think it's just a one-time fee, or every festival has its own fees, but signing up to Without a Box, you can see every single film festival in the world pretty much and see where exactly you would want to submit yours. Travel expenses, so going out to these places, it's going to cost some money, so we got to set some aside for that. Pitch meetings, traditional advertising, so going to your local magazines, newspapers, all that kind of stuff, because they will either do write-ups on you, or you can pay for advertising space, which also goes onto their website. So don't ever discount traditional advertising, because people still do read newspapers and maybe not buying them off the side of the road anymore, but some people do subscribe online and get the news that way. Printing material, it's always good to have flyers, posters, one sheets whenever you're promoting your film. especially to investors. They always want to see a one sheet. So if you can, save some money, set some money aside to print that kind of stuff.
What's
out.
a one sheet?
One sheet, it just describes your movie all in one page. So it'll have your log line and synopsis and maybe some art. That's about it. That's all you need.
Yeah, because most producers aren't going to want to sit there and flip.
Yeah, they don't want to sit
book.
through a whole script or anything. They just want one thing that says, okay, this is what this is about. So if you can get some one sheets together, perfect. Hire a social media expert. So get somebody that all they do is focus on your social media. So they'll be on your Instagram, your Facebook. You give them passwords and say, okay, post constantly every day. Jesus will do that. Yeah, but I mean, he might be focusing on other stuff.
Oh
so.
yeah, but I mean, he has access to all that stuff. Anyway.
I think it's always good to get somebody young to do that because they're
Teenage girl.
Yeah, teenage girl would be perfect. They're always on their phones. They can navigate social media like a pro, and they can get followers. So that's what you want to do is get somebody that can focus on nothing but social media for you. Making more promo videos. We definitely have a list of videos that we still want to do. We just haven't had the time to do them, but those will be coming out soon. Attending expos, Comic Cons, horror cons, all different kinds of conventions that are either film or horror or comedy related. Those are things that we want to attend and kind of promote, pass out flyers, have a table, meet some people, talk about what the film's about, all that kind of stuff. And then as far as your crew, you want to delegate responsibilities. What we're doing with ours is each member is supposed to be contacting their friends personally, sharing videos online, and trying to get financial contributions. So it's everybody's responsibility to try and make this thing happen, right? So everyone needs to put in a little bit, and whatever leads you have, try to reach out to somebody that you might know that has money. Try to get the word out about it, try to build the audience, and eventually something will pop. So Jesus, his focus is going to be on Facebook groups, Facebook pages, and Instagram. So he's focusing on social media already. Mine, I guess everybody's going to be focusing on social media. So I'm going to be focusing on special effects groups and horror groups because that's my specialty. Eddie's going to be doing paranormal groups. Patrick says horror groups, but I'm thinking him and Renee can both do marijuana groups. So, right? No?
Yeah, sure.
Horror and marijuana.
Horror and marijuana. Whatever. As long as it gets out there, we have a specific demographic that we're going after. So, if we hit up those kind of groups, then we should be able to get some kind of response and some kind of followers in return. So, that's it for our checklist so far. I'm sure we're gonna go ahead and focus a little bit more on it.
But this is just the tip of the iceberg as far as what we have to do. This is just to get started.
Mm-hmm. All right, it's 8:24. How much time has elapsed?
We have 2 minutes for a 30-minute.
Oh, okay, 2 minutes for 30 minutes. Let's talk about what else are we gonna talk about?
Well, let's talk about some of the places we've been.
Okay. The paranormal stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So every week we talk about paranormal experiences or adventures or whatever it is that we've done. And I think this week we're going to try to follow up on what we talked about last week as far as the movie goes, where we were talking about like what Reefers Creepers could have been. And we took parts of ghost hunting and searching for Bigfoot and aliens. So I think now we're going to talk about our paranormal experiences with Bigfoot and looking for evidence of the existence of Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
So Eddie, you can go ahead and take this. I think we had something come up recently where you went to both Colorado and Round Rock and
Right.
took a couple of guys with you.
I was up in Colorado recently, and we were over in Pikes Peak Mountain is where we were, which is in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Yeah. And as we were rounding the top over there, I noticed there was a sign that it was a Bigfoot crossing sign. And it said, "This sign was placed here for your protection due to sightings of a creature which is known as Bigfoot being in the area." So I was really intrigued by that. So I went and started looking up some of the park rangers that were there. And they began to tell me stories of people reporting sightings of this creature there, up on Pikes Peak Mountain, hikers and campers that disappeared, that kind of a thing that has occurred on Pikes Peak Mountain. Now, Pikes Peak Mountain has an elevation of 16,400 feet. And I went to the very top over to the summit, and if I walked 20 feet, I was out of breath. I mean, it was just that
I
bad.
want to scoot in a little bit more. I think you're getting off camera a little bit.
Oh, am I?
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty thin up there.
So, let me see.
Very thin.
And let me get closer in here.
There
So,
you go.
we were. No, so anyway, at the very top of this mountain, you know, the air's real thin. I mean, if you walk, 15, 20 feet, I mean, you're just exhausted. I'm from Texas, so I mean, the air here is good. It's thick, it's good. You can breathe. You get over there, not so much. But there's a lot of stories of campers and hikers and that kind of a thing that have turned up missing. And the size of this mountain's so big. I mean, seriously, anything could have happened to them. But just the fact that some of this stuff is being tied in with Bigfoot, I found pretty intriguing. There's a lot of really cool areas up through there. It's absolutely beautiful and stunning, some of the scenery that's up there. And you can see some of that on some of the videos that we have. I think there's one video where we do show up there Crystal Lake, which is at the top of it's not at the very top, but it's up there on the mountain itself. And I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, the water is just beautiful. I mean, it's freezing cold. You wouldn't want to like jump in it.
No.
Yeah. But it's absolutely cool. And so they were telling me stories of all these things that took place. Now, one of the cool things about it is when I was circling around up there, I actually saw what looked like an opening into the mountain. Like there was a closed off area where it looked like you could literally drive a car up in it, if you follow me. But from what I understand, it was controlled by the military.
Yeah.
So the military apparently has underground base on Pikes Peak, which goes into the mountain. So there's a base in there, and I'm positive of it. And I think I saw one of the entrances to it. I couldn't get down to it because of all the snow, and plus it was like.
And I'm pretty sure you don't want to get near it.
Well, it was 4 degrees, not to mention, and I was in a T-shirt, I'm from Texas, so I had left my coat in the truck. So I jumped out real quick to go look, and so within 10 minutes, I was kind of like frostbitten and had to get back to the truck. But it was super cool. It's an area that I'd like to go back and kind of hike down that mountain and go and look and have a peek and see what that is. Now, if there's no signs or anything up there, I think it could possibly be doable, without getting in like too much trouble. I'm sure if they caught you,
A little bit further down the mountain, there's plenty of signs and barbed wire.
I don't know, not going down from where I was at.
Yeah. Well, last time I was on top of Pikes Peak, I seen a whole bunch of tanks down there doing practice drills, and they were actually firing at each other. So it's not an area I'm gonna go.
But it was really cool. Now, I mean, there's been a lot of stories about Bigfoot using underground type passages to travel from point A to point B. That's why people don't see them, because they don't travel up on top like most creatures do. And a lot of people think that these are alien beings. There's a lot of UFOs that are sighted during Bigfoot sightings, different things like that, that are all in the same area. So there's a possibility that all this stuff is kind of like interwoven, and it's one big story that, if we can break it, would be pretty freaking cool, I think. But Pikes Peak, place to go and check out if you like Bigfoot. The sign up there is really cool. And then we ended up going over to
Round
Rock, Round Rock, Texas. And
well, before that, Renee actually went out. He was on vacation, right?
You went to where?
I went to
Visiting
Put
Wisconsin.
that mic over toward him.
I went to Wisconsin. Went to go visit family in Chautauqua. So it's this little town in the middle of Wisconsin. Well, west Wisconsin. And so I decided to go do some Bigfoot hunting, a little north of Chautauqua. And well, we were middle of nowhere. It was a campground. It was the oddest thing though, because they had a mountain or mini hill with that you could go skiing on, which was really weird in the middle of Wisconsin. Anyway, so I went to go look for Bigfoot there, and there are a lot of stories from Native Americans talking about Bigfoot. So there's a tribe of Native Americans that they're known as the Chippewa, but they call something else. Anyways, they live in southern Canada, and they come down to Wisconsin. Actually, they got kicked out, and they said they got forced to Wisconsin. So there's a lot of stories from these Native Americans that they really do believe in Bigfoot because they've seen it, and they believe it's a guide. So I went out with my daughter. We wanted to go Bigfoot hunting, and the only thing that freaked me out going down some of these paths, some dark paths out there, is I heard some grunting, and I think that was a black bear. So,
and the funny thing is, he was live.
He was
at the
live
time.
on Facebook.
So we were thinking, oh, Renee's gonna run into like a mountain lion or a bear or something.
We were all watching, going,
He's gonna
man, if
die.
a bear comes out of this, it's gonna be so cool.
Well, no, I was out there and I heard this. I'm like, what the hell is that? So
Squeal like a pig.
it freaked me out. So since I was with my daughter, I had to think about her. So if it was by myself, well, it's kind of stupid. Then I'll probably go out charging after it. But if I'm with my daughter, then like, no, we can't hang around here.
Good excuse.
No, you know what? Since doing paranormal investigations, when I first started doing it, you're like instinct to everybody else. Either you fight or you run away, right?
Fight or flight.
Most of the time, when I started doing this stuff, I was like, holy crap, and I go off the other direction. But doing this long enough with these crazies, is like you kind of reverse it, and every time you hear something weird, you actually go towards danger, which is not normal with human beings.
Or get shoved into it, you know.
But most of the time, we will go after stuff.
Or we'll put him in it.
Or him. But so realistically, when we're looking for whatever ghosts or paranormal, whatever you want to talk about, we actually run towards danger, which is completely opposite what we normally do.
Well, it's not bad for me because I'm used to doing that, being retired police.
Yeah, but we're not ex-cops, man. We're not trained for this stuff.
But it to me, it's just kind of a natural thing. You know, you just go toward it.
I learned this stuff after a while. I mean, I go towards danger, but I was with my daughter. I'm like, just no way. So we kind of like, nah, let's go this way.
I think for the most part, like since you've been doing it for so long, after a while you start realizing there's logical explanations. There's no reason to be scared sometimes. So that's probably why you go ahead and go towards it.
Most of the time, what Eddie talked about, I don't know if we talked about this, but most of the time what I'm really afraid of is not UFOs or aliens or ghosts. I'm afraid of the people.
The living
people is what I don't like. Because okay, so we've seen plenty of UFOs. We've seen plenty of ghosts. We've run some demonic things. It might be something to worry about. But other than that, I mean, we really don't have much danger other than these human beings that will hurt us.
Agreed.
That's the one thing that that's mainly what I'm worried about is human beings. Ghosts and aliens and other stuff, well, whatever. I'll deal with them.
Yeah, so he got done with that, and then we ended up over in Round Rock,
Texas,
where we went and investigated Bigfoot sighting over there, which turned out to be just a big city prank that they were playing around with, you know, basically to get kids out of the computers and get them out into the, you know, over into the parks and stuff, and, you know, get them out exercising, moving around, doing, you know, fun stuff.
Which is good.
The best part of that trip was the barbecue.
Oh my God. The city of Round Rock, I have to give them kudos. They were awesome. They were great. They really treated us well. They were wonderful. We went out there. We had a little booth. We talked to people, and you know, it was just a fun day because you know we spent a lot of time with everybody out there. There was a lot of kids, and you know we had fun talking to the children about all the hauntings and, you know, Bigfoots and UFOs and all this other kind of good stuff. So we had a really good time. The kids had a blast, and they got out from in front of their computers and their video games and all that stuff, and they were able to get out and have fun the way we all used to when we were kids. You know,
except they got chased by Bigfoot.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to give it away how old we are, but yeah, when we were growing up, we didn't have any of that stuff, you know, when we were little.
No.
You know, but it was a lot of fun, and the kids had a blast. And you know, of course, they had a Bigfoot out there that showed itself and growled and went after some of the kids. And some of the kids, of course, you know, they weren't fearful at all, and they were like, "That's a dude in a suit." And, you know, they went over there and uncovered one of the loudspeakers, and all kinds of stuff happened. Right? That's what happened when you were out with the kids. Yeah. So I mean, all in all, it was a great time. Round Rock, Texas, city of Round Rock. Thank you. That was a lot of fun, and we appreciate your hospitality out there. I mean, we had a blast. And I think it's something that it's going to become a big hit every year. You know, they keep putting something like that on.
Yeah. So if anybody else has had their own personal Bigfoot experiences or any kind of paranormal experiences, you can send us an email, info@reeferscreepers.com. Maybe it could be a story that we can throw into like a mini, I don't know, comic book episode or something that we plan to do in the future.
Or if you have any locations that you want us to investigate.
Real quick, have we received any emails from anybody at all?
No, nobody wants to contact us for some reason.
All right, look.
Here's a challenge.
Okay, here's the here's the challenge. Okay, we've been doing these videos for a while, and we have yet to receive an email. So, shoot us an email. Give us some thoughts, ideas. You know, give us something that we can go on, and we'll be happy to reply back. And you're going to probably be talking to Miguel right here. So, shoot us an email and give us some of your thoughts on some of this. We haven't received a single one, so let us know it's working. All right,
Yeah.
so somebody write us something, you know, hello, hi, you know,
Please.
wave at us, stick your tongue out at us, send us a picture, anything. Do something so we know our email's even working.
Have we even tested our email?
Yes.
Yeah, well,
Okay,
we've
that
tested it, but that was the last thing we've ever done with it. So if we're not receiving any emails, we don't even know if the stuff's still working. So send us an email, somebody. info@reeferscreepers.com. It doesn't get any easier than that.
Man, I'm still paying for it. It's like,
Yeah.
might as well.
So here's the challenge. Email us.
Yeah.
All right. In the meantime, Patrick's gonna try on this mask again.
Okay. Put on the mask again. He already wore it once at the
Let's
beginning.
see how it fits again.
Put it on.
See how easy this thing is. So, comes in two parts. You got the acrylic water pipe.
You got anything to fill it with?
No. That would be funny though. Fits pretty easily, and you just pull the straps
And pull
tighter.
the straps. Go.
There's 4 steps. If I can find it.
And once again, this is a novelty
A
item
novelty
only.
item, yes. So this one's fresh in the packaging still.
And so the novelty will go right in
This will
here.
be for the giveaway. So you can put it on a display piece. You can walk around and wear it for Halloween.
Well,
we don't care
you know,
what you do
how
with
about
it.
this? Email us and tell us if you want us to sign it.
Email us, yeah.
We could sign it in silver.
Hell, email us. We might actually give it to you guys.
No
Pretty
shit.
comfortable,
I mean,
right? Not bad.
It's not that bad.
You can't hear him, but
Is it pretty good? Hang on, wait. Talk.
Yes. It is all right.
Okay.
It does get a little warm. It's not meant to, like, you know.
I was
wear
worried that it was going to be
constantly.
too small, but it looks like it's a pretty decent
It looks like it
fit.
fits
No,
good.
yeah. It does.
It sealed up on you, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, once
See, so it's
once
sealed
you
up,
cover
so-
the
Somebody's-
carb and all that, you're
somebody's
just
gonna have
basically
fun with
breathing
that.
out of that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
going to
so
blow along out of
it's
that.
sealed, and I don't know if you can see from where you're at, but right here is the little carburetor right there. And then here's a little bowl. And then inside the mask, you know, if you can see in there.
His little straw thing or whatever. It's
Yeah,
called.
and then right here is
It's like a working gas mask.
Yeah.
You know, you got your little straw
Little
hooked
straw.
up and a little straw connection in there. You put it in your mouth and you can drink while you're
While you're
surviving the chemical.
while you're taking pictures.
awesome of
And
you.
that way you don't have to, you know, stop smoking tobacco,
Yeah.
right?
Remember, tobacco use only.
Yep. Except if you're out in California
Or
Washington, Colorado.
Yeah.
Washington.
Then you use it for whatever. All right.
Herbs.
Herbs, yeah.
Yes.
Herbs.
This stuff, whatever they put on this picture, which looks like mulch or something.
It looks like moss, peat
It
moss.
looks like tobacco leaves.
It looks gross, whatever it is.
It looks
That's
like
not
peat moss.
all the way ground up.
And I'll tell you what, you have that much sitting in front of you, you're golden.
Yeah, you're gonna be one relaxed person.
And then they got the most awkward looking acrylic pipe to put on the photo too. It looks like a dong, like the mask dong instead of bong.
Yeah, see that one curves.
A little bit of Peroni in it.
Yeah, this one's straight. So anyway, I think that's about it. I mean, we're up
Yeah.
at 44 minutes already.
Yeah, we can wrap it up here. Anything else? Any other last words? Anybody want to share?
Next week.
Oh, Thanksgiving's coming up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Tomorrow's Thanksgiving.
Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving,
Yeah,
everybody.
Thanksgiving.
You know, and Next week after Thanksgiving, we'll have Jesus Fuentes with us. So there'll be more of us over here, and there'll be more little bitty chairs so we can sit down all tiny over here. So that's going to be cool. But it's going to be a lot of fun. Stay tuned for next week. Jesus is going to have like lots of information for you guys. So that's going to be one you do not want to miss. So prepare for that one. Like I said, if you're thinking about doing a movie, you really need to follow along with us, because trust me, there's a lot to it. We're learning a lot. We're learning a lot as we go. We're learning the mistakes, and mistakes suck. So luckily, we're able to learn from our mistakes and keep pushing forward.
Well, we haven't had any mistakes. It's just we haven't had progress.
Well, that's a
We
mistake.
haven't had, we just don't know anybody with money.
That's a mistake. You got to know people with
We
money.
need money.
So you just keep pushing forward.
Yep.
You know, there is no
Don't give
failure.
up. Yeah.
There is no failure when you're doing this. Everything is a learning process. So no matter what happens, no matter if you have setbacks, no matter if you don't hear anything, doesn't mean you're out of the picture. Just keep pushing forward and keep trying, because eventually it'll hit and you'll be successful. And that's what we're doing right now. We're just pushing forward, and we're eventually going to be successful. Trust me, because we're not stopping. So that's the one thing about us, is that we're tenacious and we're locked onto this project. We're committed. All of us are committed. We give up a lot of our time, a lot of our family time, a lot of our work time to make sure that we do these things so that we can prosper later on. Got to look at the big picture in the future. Don't look right up close. Look way ahead, and you keep working that, and don't give up.
Yep. That's it. Ditto. Yeah. Anything else?
Renee,
No, I'm good. You said everything. It was perfect.
you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that was without practice.
Tear under my eye.
Patrick?
I'm badass.
No, that's it.
Patrick's just eager for some cash. He wants some money coming in already.
Look,
Yeah.
you see this hand? Look, it's empty and calloused from certain things.
Please.
So let's get some cash in his hand, because he's wanting to make this happen. I think
It's like
probably
sandpaper.
worse than all of us. He's a hard worker.
Don't forget to look at our YouTube videos. Check out our Save a Stoner hashtag and watch the video for the campaign that we have on there. You can go straight to our Patreon page and click on the bottom. It says, or off to the side, I think it says Save a Stoner. Click that and make a monthly contribution of $2 a month.
It's just $2 a month. I mean, give us a hand. And like I said,
we'll have different levels. We will have the 420 and the 666 or whatever.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. And I mean, you help us out. I mean, if you do your campaign, I mean, we'll be happy to help you guys out as well too. So I mean, it you know, we got to take care of each other. If you're into this business. So I mean, you know how that works. Yeah, we can't just let each other fail. So we have to keep pushing. So if anything you can donate, we'd appreciate it. It doesn't have to be the specified amount. It can be anything. Go to the webpage, www.reeferscreepers.com. There is a PayPal account on there. You have to look for it a little bit, but look for it. It's on there. Submit whatever you'd like. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. Anything that you can give to us, we'll appreciate it. So, you know, we're just looking for the help that you guys can give. So let's try and make this happen.
That's it.
Nope.
All right, we'll see you guys after Thanksgiving next week, next Wednesday, and goodbye.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.